feel like a king, oh yeah. And baby, can't help but stare. Such a rush, baby. Oh, when you touch me, baby. Such a rush, baby. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Viva ENT. This is Johnny the Capo, and we have another great show for you today. Our today's guest is going to be Beverly Bremers from Broadway, Stardom, and she had a hit record. She's a great guest and has a lot of interesting stuff to say. This is Johnny the Capo. I'm here in the studio with my producer.
Hey, it's Eric C.C. Ryder. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Viva ENT.
Eric C.C. Ryder, my co-host and producer today.
Yes, indeed. And looking forward to talking again with Beverly Bremers. She was on the show not too long ago. Jerry Osborne bringing on the great guests, of course, and had lots of great questions for her. And, of course, her big song, Don't Say You Don't Remember. And if you don't remember, of course, we'll play a little bit of that. That'll jog your memory, so you don't have to say you don't remember. You'll get to hear it. But, yeah, definitely looking forward to having her back on the show. And since Brad's not here today to make this comment, I feel like I got to make the comment. Man alive, she was a looker back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she still is. No disrespect to Beverly.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I did see a album.
You see some of those covers from her singles and albums and stuff.
Yes,
and
quite an attractive lady.
Yes, indeed.
No question about that. Yeah,
lovely and talented.
Lovely and talented. Had a brilliant career on Broadway and had a hit record, and it doesn't get any better than that. That's for sure. You know, our co-host Brad Buckles is in Hawaii today. I want to say hi to Brad. You know, next week's guest is going to be from Kool and the Gang, Sir Earl Toon. So look forward to that, Viva ENT listeners, because you know, week after week, we bring the legends on our show when it comes to the rock and pop era / R&B era, whatever you want to call it era. We bring the talent to you. And, of course, our talent coordinator, Jerry Osborne, is going to be on the air with our special guest today, Beverly Bremers. So, yeah. And I want to talk a little bit about the Viva Diva Flea Market, which is going to be May 20th in Edmonds. The address is 515 Dayton Street, Edmonds. It's the Edmonds Masonic Lodge. And it's going to be a great flea market with vintage jewelry and all kinds of great stuff. There's going to be all kinds of, just like a regular flea market. Good thing is it's inside, so you don't have to worry about getting rained out. So the Viva Diva Flea Market, May 20th, Edmonds. Be there. So, you know, I wanted to talk a little bit today, Eric, about the since our guest today was on, and then Tanya's going to be on from Taco Guaymas at 12:45. She's one of the chief bartenders over there. She kind of runs the joint.
Nice.
For the most part, and they have a big Cinco de Mayo party, May 5th.
Which location?
The Green Lake location. I'm glad you asked me that, because the Green Lake location is great. Matter of fact, it's a really nice place. I go there all the time. They're going to actually block off a part of the street. They're going to have tents, and they're going to have DJ music. It's going to be just incredible. And my buddy Sal, I got it.
It'll be around that time.
Something like that.
Yeah, around 3:45.
I got you. I got a good memory, but it's short. But anyway, there you go. So I did want to talk a little bit about the hair phenomena, since Beverly Bremers was, part of the
hair phenomena, and we're not just talking about how you and I are great at styling our hair. We're talking about Hair the Musical. That was massive in the 60s.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we got a comment about our hair one time.
we did, yeah.
I guess.
That's why I bring that up.
I think we have like normal hair.
We're talking about Give Me a Head with Hair, long, beautiful hair. That musical.
That's it, man. As a matter of fact,
Let the Sun Shine In.
Yeah, Let the Sun Shine In, Aquarius.
Yep.
They had a lot of songs that were hits from the movie. I mean, from the play.
Well, the musical, and then it was adapted to a movie.
It was.
And, yeah, a hit soundtrack for that, for sure.
Yeah, it was actually a huge hit, the soundtrack to Hair. And I, at that time, would you call that, looking back now, because I don't even know if you were alive during that time.
No, I wasn't alive, but but it's had such a huge cultural impact that it's referenced in everything from the Simpsons to
right.
People still doing that music, and I there's been reproductions of it since then, yeah. So newer productions since the 60s. Sure.
And have you ever seen like maybe a tape of the play or a video from the play or maybe the movie?
When we had Robert McNamara on, he talked about auditioning and singing a song called Sodomy. So I looked that up.
Oh my God! And
saw a little bit of that, and that's about my only exposure to it, to be honest. But it was interesting.
Yeah, with Hair, kind of introduced, didn't introduce, but. Exploded on the scene that time was everybody had long hair, and it was, I would call it maybe kind of a hippie type thing.
Yeah,
and the way they dressed, the beards.
Well, this play came out, or this musical came out in the 60s, and it was kind of a celebration, of the counterculture of the 60s, which, of course, one of the big criticisms by the Squares was, look at these kids with their long hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to, I remember the time very well because I wanted to wear my hair long, but I couldn't because of work restrictions and that type of thing. So finally I did get a chance to grow my hair long later. And, some people don't look good with long hair. And I was one of them. So not everybody, some people look great.
Sure.
Some guys have the right hairstyle and all that stuff. Not me. It wasn't for me. So even though I got a shot at it, I came back to the short hair.
There you go.
But it was.
Well, what's funny is that people talked about the Beatles when they first started, when they were on Ed Sullivan, as having this long, unkempt hair. And you look at it now, and it's like, what?
Well, what? Exactly.
That was long hair? That was.
If you look at the first Beatle album cover, and you look at a 1962 album cover by Chris Montez, it's the same haircut, and it's incredibly short, and it's incredibly kind of normal, really.
Yeah. We're talking like kind of almost a bowl cut, basically. Yeah.
Kind of like that, and and a lot of the kids in California were kind of wearing that style, and that's where the Beatles saw that look when Chris Montez toured England.
Yeah.
And they opened for him, too.
I guess it was just because people were coming off the crew cut days of the 50s,
And the pompadour thing was probably getting a little... Yeah, I think so. Anyway, hairstyles changed, music changed.
Indeed.
And then along came Beverly Bremer. She smacked right into that end of... I think the hair was really 69-ish. Not real sure, maybe 68, 69. But by 70, 71, 72, it was just already such a huge hit that everybody in town had to see it.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to having her on the show, bringing on the Big O with Beverly shortly. And then we're going to hear a little bit of Beverly's hit record.
Yeah, why don't we go to break with some of Don't Say You Don't Remember, a smash hit back in 1972.
And the bridge is catchy. It's one of those catchy little bridges, man.
We wrote on the corner of the table, this is the only one that will last. For you, for me, for always. Forever was made for us, but for us it went by too fast. Don't say you don't remember.
Is your vehicle needing some attention? Take it over to Maddie's Tuning and Shoreline for fast, affordable car care. Trusted, professional. Maddie's services all makes and models and has been trusted in the Puget Sound for almost 60 years. Call Brian Maddie at 206-364-3347 or stop by his convenient location in Shoreline right on Aurora at 152nd. Maddie's Tuning. Call 206-364-3347. Trusted for almost 60 years to keep you safe and on the road.
Attention business owners. Experience a new world of business with barter. The Saturn Barter Company, located in Tacoma, is one of the most beneficial business decisions you can make. Using Saturn Barter, you are able to sell your products or services to other members of the exchange. You can then use that credit you've built up from your sales to purchase the products or services you or your company needs from other companies within Saturn Barter, all without the use of cash. Contact and join Saturn Barter Club today, 253-212-9930, or online at SaturnBarter.com.
This is Johnny the Gangster with Viva Productions, King of Entertainment, one-stop shop for all your entertainment needs. We have DJ service for weddings, corporate, and private events. Thrill your guests with Vegas Nights Casino Party, blackjack, craps, roulette, poker, and more. We also have event photography and limousine service. Call Viva Productions 206-542-5733 or find us at viva-productions.com. A little less conversation, a little more action, you got it. Call Johnny the Gangster. I'll make you a deal you can't refuse.
Brides, do you want your big day to be stress-free, perfect, and stay within your budget? Well, Brides Club has all the inside information to make your dream a reality. Go to bridesclub.com. That's bridesclub.com. See upcoming bridal shows and events, view wedding vendors and special offers. And don't miss The Spotlight, the premier online wedding magazine with valuable articles you can't afford to miss. Brides Club helps make your wedding stress-free and perfect. Go to bridesclub.com. Check out bridesclub.com. Life's a celebration. Grand Event Rentals makes your event their top priority. They are your full-service, special event, and party rental provider, supplying everything you need from start to finish. Their professional sales team and event staff work with you to create your dream event. With every event, Grand Event Rentals customers' needs are the most important. Whether you're planning an intimate outdoor wedding or an elaborate black tie gala, the Grand Event Rentals specialists make great pride in providing our event planning experience to help create an unforgettable event. Please go and visit the Bellevue showroom, Grand Event Rentals, or make a one-on-one appointment. Talk to them. They're trained, they're knowledgeable, they're event specialists, and they are going to take you through step-by-step everything that you need to make your day a success. Call Grand Event Rentals. Their number's 425-462-7368, or go to grandeventrentalslaw.com.
Clay Radio, your conversation station. KLAY Lakewood, Tacoma on 1180 AM.
I belong to you and believe that you felt the same. Don't say you don't remember.
It's catchy.
It is catchy. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and dolls, cats and chicks, you're listening to Viva ENT. This is Johnny the Capo. I'm in the studio with my excellent producer.
It's Eric C.C. Ryder.
My talent coordinator is on the air, the big old Jerry Osborne, and he's going to introduce our special guest right now.
Oh, I was taking a nap. Let's see, who
wake
was our
up.
guest today? Oh, yeah. We go back, first of all, to the first week of the year
Okay.
when we had Beverly Bremers on the show, and the response from listeners was really good, and we thought we better get her back for an
get her back.
encore. And so I talked to her not too long ago, and she agreed to be back.
Oh, nice.
And so, Beverly, welcome back to the House of Insanity.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Unfortunately, not all of the people listening today heard the show in January, so we might have to recap a couple of things here and there, but we do want to talk about some new things that we didn't cover last time, too, such as things that you've done, say, in the past 25 years or so. But
Of
first,
course,
first
yes.
let's back up
I
to
was not sitting around, twiddling my thumbs. So.
No, we knew that because we have closed-circuit TV on you at all times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That figures.
So let's back up briefly and tell people how you came to have a top 15 hit in the nation in Don't Say You Don't Remember. And Beverly, don't say you don't remember.
Yes, I'm trying to remember. Sometimes there's certain details I don't remember, actually.
Yeah. Well,
And,
we never get tired of hearing this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, 1972 was a unique year with pop music, and your song it seemed to really fit what was happening on the radio in those days. So go ahead and take it away, Beverly.
Well, that's good to hear. It was a very memorable record in the radio industry, certainly, because it was actually released twice.
Wow.
So not everybody knows that. I don't know if the general public knows that unless they happen to have heard it the first time it was out, which was toward the end of 71.
Uh-huh.
And in certain areas of the country, it was a local top 10 hit, and it hit the Hot 100 then.
Uh-huh.
Then we released a second record, and the week we released it, all of a sudden, there was a radio station in San Jose, California, and a couple other stations just started playing it again. No one knows why. So the company re-released it. And so in some markets it was, here's an oldie that's a newie. And so in some areas it was actually a hit twice.
Cool.
So it was literally on the Hot 100 for about 9 months.
Wow.
Hitting at different times in different areas. So it was really freaky.
Well, it's tough to do that.
Yeah, so a lot of radio people really remember it because it was the record that was just always there,
Cool. Well,
So,
the life of a record, getting airplay is, and Jerry can correct me if I'm wrong, is probably 6 to 8 weeks. Am I right, Jerry?
That's probably a pretty good estimate, and this ended up being on the charts for 16 weeks total.
Oh, my gosh.
And it made its big splash when it returned in December, and we cannot forget to point out that the follow-up single, When Michael Calls, to me, is one of the weirdest situations in all of recorded history. A great record. It could have easily been another big hit on its own, but Beverly, why didn't it really come out commercially?
Well, it did.
No, only promo copies, though.
Yeah, I don't know, and looking back on it, I have no idea why they didn't just release it again later. That will remain a big mystery. I don't know. It's just that we ended up recording We're Free after that, which was a pretty good-sized hit as well.
Top 40.
And I don't know. We just kind of forgot about it, I guess.
Well, more amazingly, though, is that when your first album came out, it had Don't Say You Don't Remember, We're Free, I'll Make You Music. In fact, that was the title of the album. And it didn't include When Michael Calls, and it could have.
I know, and I honestly can't tell you why. I don't remember. I just think it slipped our minds somehow, and we just never revisited that record. That will remain a mystery. So at some point, maybe I'll put it out because it was a good recording. A little tidbit of trivia that you guys might be interested in was that it was written. One of the writers was named Mike Appel, and he and I had been doing jingles together. And he was, of course, also a songwriter, and he wrote the jingles, along with Barry Manilow. We were all in the studios during that time period in New York. And Mike kept talking to me about this guy in New Jersey that he was managing named Bruce. And I kept going, Bruce, that's not a very rock and roll name. And he's he said, well, that doesn't matter. The guy's really fabulous. And, of course, it was Bruce Springsteen. And he was Bruce's manager for many, many years. So Mike never really pushed doing the record again because he was busy with Bruce Springsteen. So that might have been one of the reasons. Maybe if he said, hey, when are you going to re-release that record, maybe we would have done it. I don't know.
That's that I don't think you're the only person that's ever happened to in the business. That's for sure.
Well, after we talked
I've
about
never heard
it,
of it, certainly.
after we talked about it in January, I made it a point to start scanning eBay and all of the websites that have records for sale, and I finally found it on eBay. The promo copy, of course, paid $20 for it, and it was mint condition, and I was thrilled to get it. So I feel like I'm one of the few people that actually have that record, and I commend you on even the thought of putting it out maybe yourself, because it's that good.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. It was a great record, and the artwork. Well, it was actually a photograph that we had of me, where I was standing next to a tree, and there was a heart on the tree. It was carved in it. I think it said Beverly and Michael or something like that, and that picture was used later when the CD came out of my album, and they colorized it. But it was actually taken to promote, when Michael called. So it was kind of funny.
Wow, I'm looking at some of these shots of you on the internet, and you were quite the perfect look for the day. Talk a little bit about your role in Hair.
Well, yeah, that's what I was doing my Broadway thing.
Right.
All the time that Don't Say I Don't Remember was out, which is why I never toured. I had, been musical theater actress, but only because of Hair. I got in Hair. It had been running about a year when I went into it, and people had told me about it, and then the second I saw it, I was like, oh, I am so perfect for this show. I can't believe it.
So
I got an audition and got in right away. So I was in Hair on Broadway, and then I did another show called The Me Nobody Knows with another recording artist you may recognize named Irene Cara.
Oh, yeah.
And Irene was a little girl. She was 11 years old. And we were all we were all kids in what was known as the ghetto back then. They don't use that word anymore. But
how old were you when you first appeared in Hair?
I was 19.
Okay, very cool. And
So,
did you work with the Robin McNamara?
Did she work with Robin
did I work with Robin McNamara? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you just had Robin on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did
Thanks
the
to
show
you.
with Robin because I went back in the show also after I finished a year and a half with The Me Nobody Knows on Broadway. Then I went back into Hair again, and I was actually in the last performance of Hair on Broadway. And during that time, Robin was in there, and of course, we remained good friends, and we just sang together a few months ago at a concert in Tennessee. So, Robin's been a good friend. He's a good guy.
Yeah, and he had that look too. Of the day, and that whole.
Well, everybody did.
Right, exactly.
Everybody had long hair.
Right, it changed. It changed overnight. So did Hair come out in '68 or '69?
It opened in '68.
That's what I thought.
It was. It actually started even before that at some local off Broadway venues. So it evolved, but it officially opened on Broadway in 1968. It was not an instant hit. As a matter of fact, when I went into the show, no one had really heard of it. I would go in the bank to cash my check, and it said Hair on it, and they said, "Oh, are you a hair?" They would say, "Oh, you a hairdresser?" I was like, "No, that's the name of a show." And then I was in the show, I'm going to say 3 weeks, when the Fifth Dimensions record came out, Aquarius and Let the Sunshine In.
Correct.
And overnight, it was standing room only forever from then on.
No kidding.
So it was really interesting for me going into it. It stayed running because the big critic in New York, Clive Barnes, loved it, and the producer, Michael Butler, was very wealthy and believed in the show so much that he kept the show going. And what a smart move it
And
was
then-
on his part.
And then,
Yeah, and then once the record hit, that
right,
was it. And of course, there were many more hit records from the show too.
right, and there was the controversy about the brief nude scene, correct?
Yes, and brief is the operative word. Literally, if you blinked, you would miss that scene.
Ah,
It was played up a lot for publicity, you
Correct.
know, and so I always know if someone saw the show or not if they ask me about the nude scene, because you really don't even realize it's there. You know, it was just it was to make a statement showing vulnerability of the young people involved and kind of the loss of innocence and you know, the effects that the Vietnam War
right.
had on these kids.
Robin said it was his favorite part.
Really?
Well, that's Robin can be. He does a lot of crazy things. That guy. Yeah, I actually never did the nude scene. It was optional.
Oh, good.
They didn't even mention it to me until I was signing my contract, and then there was just a little rider saying, "If you feel like doing it, great, and you know, if not, don't worry about it." So.
Yeah. So So they just, you know, it probably was like the flick of a strobe light, right?
Yeah. But they played it up. It was very funny because it ends the first act, and then the cops come in and say they're busting everybody in the audience, which is, of course, a joke, you know, cast
Right.
members in the police uniforms. So, you know, it was a fun little gimmick. But I'm sure a lot of people went to see the show just to see the nude scene.
Yeah, it was. Name some of the hit records that came out of that musical. There was Aquarius, of course, and then Oliver had a song. What was that one?
Good Morning Starshine.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's right.
Song I sang every night. Yeah, that was one of mine. Easy to Be Hard.
Oh, that's right.
Was another that was also my big solo. There was also I'm trying to think. There were like random cuts from the album. There was a song called Frank Mills. It wasn't a huge hit, but
Well, Easy to Be Hard was huge, and so was that Oliver song.
Good Morning Starshine.
That was like on the radio every 3 seconds back in the day.
Yeah. So those are the most hummable songs of the show, and then Aquarius opened the show and Let the Sunshine In closed the show.
Mm-hmm.
So they put that together in a medley. And then, of course, Ronnie Dyson was in the show, in the original cast, and he had a big hit record.
What was his record?
Let's see.
I remember the name.
It had a long title. If I Said I Loved You, Could I Make Love to You? Something like that.
Okay, when you're through guessing, I'll tell you.
Go ahead.
Okay. It was something like this. It's been a long time.
Okay, here it is. I got to take a deep breath. If you let me make love to you, then why can't I touch you?
Oh, there it is. Yes. I remember the really long title.
That's pretty trippy.
Yeah, he was a glorious singer. And he did a song in the show called What a Piece of Work is Man, which was a Shakespeare quote. And it was a very beautiful song. Yeah. Well, the score, you know, is just amazing. You know, Galt McDermott, who wrote the music, he was a master, you know, and the show was, you know, the show. And also there were fantastic people in it. You know, I had the privilege of working with so many wonderful people. And a lot of people who had hit records came in and out of there. Barry McGuire was in it for a while. I didn't do the show with him, but the Eva Destruction guy, he was in there, and just countless other people.
It was a huge thing, you know. And then the soundtrack was #1 for multiple weeks for sure. Not the soundtrack, but the soundtrack from the play, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, no, they call it an original cast album.
There you go, original cast album. Very good.
Yeah, and that was rare because most of the time cast albums are kind of shunned in the radio business. It's always been difficult to get songs played that are from shows.
Did your vocals appear on the original album?
No, unfortunately not. I was not in it from the beginning.
I see.
I had an opportunity to do it. I actually had an audition for the show way before it opened, and I never went because I thought it was kind of a weird name for a show. And I was still in high school, so
I auditioned for.
I decided.
Go ahead. That's all right.
Oh, well, we just decided, that maybe I wouldn't go to the audition, and I regret it now because I might have actually ended up in the original cast had I
could have been on the album. Yeah,
could have foreseen the future.
Could have been on the big one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but cast albums, once in a while, Godspell had a cut. Day by Day was a hit.
I remember that.
Barbra Streisand did manage to get hits from Funny Girl, but most of the time they aren't. And I tried to tell Columbia that when I was on CBS, but later, they had me come in and record What I Did for Love, which was a single, and they put it out like 3 weeks after the show opened, before people had even heard of it. And I said to them, "Don't say it's from a Broadway show. It's going to kill it." And but they did, because they had the cast album, and so
you're right. Barbra Streisand.
I was always. I don't know if you've heard that, but I was always very proud of that record. What I Did for Love, which was later on.
Very cool.
One soundtrack that had a lot of great music that did get played on radio stations was Grease.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. That
Because
was
of
a
the
show I
throwback
turned down.
to the 50s and that sound.
Yeah, that's another regret in my career. I turned that show down twice.
No kidding.
Well, once because I was going back into hair and I'd already signed the contract. Another time was there again. It looked like it wasn't going to be very fun to do, and I'm like, oh no, and so you never know. You make decisions as you go along in your life, and that was one of them that I regret. It was like, darn it, I should have been in Greece.
that would have been nice too. Yeah, then you would have had two great plays that you were in. Of course, you've been in other plays, right?
Yeah, well, as I say, the Me Nobody Knows was nominated for 6 Tony Awards. Yeah, and never got a bad review, actually. It was quite a big hit. Unfortunately, the producer didn't really promote it correctly. He should have used the hair PR people. He should have hired them because they knew how to promote a show. He didn't really know what he was doing. It was his first hit. So, it was really a quite amazing show. The rumors have it that they may revive it. There's been talk about reviving it because it really was a great score, and it's all kids in it. And it was based on a book of writings of kids in schools.
Very cool.
And so it was, very, very uplifting yet strong show as far as social significance as well. So.
Well, we're down to about a couple of minutes. Beverly, can you tell our listeners in Seattle about what's going on with you now? Website, Facebook, everything that people need to know about you.
Well, I'm so easy to find, it's ridiculous. You just type in my name.
Cool.
Beverly Bremers, and the last name is Bremers. And I'm on Facebook, Beverly Bremers -singer.
Cool.
I'm Twitter, I'm Bevy Boop.
Bevy Boop.
B-E-V-Y, Bevy Boop.
Cool.
Yes, that's my little handle there.
Beverly, what shows have you got coming up? I know you're out there.
I am out there. I'm mainly performing right now in Southern California, both as a solo act, and then I do also have a trio called the Groovels, and we do all 60s and 70s female artist girl group
Cool.
stuff, which
Very
is
cool.
a lot of fun, with choreography and costume changes and all of that. So those are the main shows that I have around here. So unfortunately, I won't be up in the area where your listeners are. However, I am open to suggestions, and
Cool.
if anybody listening has a club or a concert coming up, let me know. My website is beverlybremers.com,
Very good.
And so people can see what's going on, what I'm up to. And, I also teach all this stuff. So I teach singing. I also do voiceovers. So
wow.
I've been doing that, since I was a teenager. The voiceovers, so people might have heard my voice on the radio or in a cartoon or
Something.
narration, whatever it is, So I definitely keep busy.
It sounds like your formula with your little trio, it will keep you pretty busy, too. That girl thing, people love to listen to that stuff.
Oh, yeah. And, it's the baby boomers out there now that want to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't like, the do and run and,
oh, yeah.
Be My Baby and Dancing in the Street
Be
and
my
all
little
those.
baby.
Yeah, and then, of course, I also get to do my own record within the show as well. So,
excellent.
But I can, we pay tribute to a lot of artists that I've always loved and admired. So,
Well, Beverly, thank you so much for being on our show, Viva ENT.
well, thank you.
And we got to get you back on soon, of course. Jerry, do you have any last questions for Beverly?
Well, no, I think we've covered as much as we could in the time we had, but I certainly agree about the getting her back part. And a few months down the line, your phone will be ringing again, and
That's
it'll
right.
be me.
We'll get you back.
All right.
Any producers in Seattle, I'll relay your message.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Thanks,
you.
Beverly.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Jerry, so we have Bob Feldman on next week, correct?
Yes, and he's one of those Ron Dante type guys who was
Cool.
on more hit records than you would ever know.
Yeah, I Googled him, and it's fascinating. We also have next week Sir Earl Toon from the Kool and the Gang, so we'll have two great artists. And anything to say before you leave, Jer?
No, I think we're just kind of taking it week by week and being happy with all these great stars from
Man.
the golden age.
It doesn't get any better than this, that's for sure. No question about it. So, Jared, thanks for being on the show, and we'll talk to you next week.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you, handsome.
All right. Now we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next guest, Tanya from Taco Gallegos, or
Taco Guaymas.
Thank you. I was always wondering about the pronunciation.
I try to pronounce it with a G too.
But one of the best Mexican places in town.
That's
for sure.
correct. No question about it.
And as we go to break here, we're going to listen to a little bit of Beverly Bremer's other fairly popular single, "We're Free." This is from her
Very
album.
cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We can split so we don't split, you see. We're free, you and me. Freedom come and go as we please. We're not forced to love each other. We just love each other naturally.
Attention business owners. Experience a new world of business with barter. The Saturn Barter Company, located in Tacoma, is one of the most beneficial business decisions you can make. Using Saturn Barter, you are able to sell your products or services to other members of the exchange. You can then use that credit you've built up from your sales to purchase the products or services you or your company needs from other companies within Saturn Barter, all without the use of cash. Contact and join Saturn Barter Club today, 253-212-9930, or online at SaturnBarter.com.
Is your vehicle needing some attention? Take it over to Maddie's Tuning and Shoreline for fast, affordable car care. Trusted, professional. Maddie's services all makes and models and has been trusted in the Puget Sound for almost 60 years. Call Brian Maddie at 206-364-3347 or stop by his convenient location in Shoreline right on Aurora at 152nd. Maddie's Tuning. Call 206-364-3347. Trusted for almost 60 years to keep you safe and on the road.
This is Johnny the Gangster with Viva Productions, King of Entertainment. One-stop shop for all your entertainment needs. We have DJ service for weddings, corporate, and private events. Thrill your guests with Vegas Nights Casino Party, blackjack, craps, roulette, poker, and more. We also have event photography and limousine service. Call Viva Productions 206-542-5733 or find us at viva-productions.com. A little less conversation, a little more action, you got it. Call Johnny the Gangster. I'll make you a deal you can't refuse.
Brides, do you want your big day to be stress-free, perfect, and stay within your budget? Well, Brides Club has all the inside information to make your dream a reality. Go to bridesclub.com, that's bridesclub.com. See upcoming bridal shows and events, view wedding vendors and special offers. And don't miss The Spotlight, the premier online wedding magazine with valuable articles you can't afford to miss. Brides Club helps make your wedding stress-free and perfect. Go to bridesclub.com. Check out bridesclub.com. Life's a celebration. Grand Event Rentals makes your event their top priority. They are your full-service, special event, and party rental provider, supplying everything you need from start to finish. Their professional sales team and event staff work with you to create your dream event. With every event, Grand Event Rentals customers' needs are the most important. Whether you're planning an intimate outdoor wedding or an elaborate black tie gala, the Grand Event Rental specialists make great pride in providing our event planning experience to help create an unforgettable event. Please go and visit the Bellevue showroom, Grand Event Rentals, or make a one-on-one appointment. Talk to them. They're trained, they're knowledgeable, they're event specialists, and they are going to take you through step-by-step everything that you need to make your day a success. Call Grand Event Rentals. Their number's 425-462-7368, or go to grandeventrentalslaw.com.
Clay Radio, your conversation station. KLAY Lakewood, Tacoma on 1180 AM.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Viva ENT. This is Johnny the Capo. I'm in the studio with my producer, Mr.
Hey, it's Eric C.C. Ryder.
And my guest today is Tanya from Tacowaima's Green Lake. Am I right, Tanya? Say hi.
Yes, you are. Hi, everyone.
Hey, it's great to have you on the show. And, you know, one of the reasons that I'm excited to have you on today is so we could talk about the Cinco de Mayo celebration that's coming up in about 3 weeks.
Yes, and I'm excited to talk about it. We've been doing this event for over 12 years.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a huge, huge event. It's a lot of fun. We close down the whole street.
Man.
We have beer gardens, a lot of margaritas, a lot of beers, great music, great fun for everyone. The 21 and older. 21 and older.
And is there an admission to get into that area?
Yes, it's $10.
Well, that's inexpensive. That's
it's totally worth it, though. You have to come check it out.
Oh, you're going to have entertainment. You're going to have.
We have live bands. We usually have 3 different bands, and then there's a DJ. DJ starts like around 11:30.
Cool.
And then live music usually starts around 4.
And what time do you guys go to? Around what, 1:30, or how late can you go?
So outside, music stops around 10:30, and
I gotcha.
everything moves inside. Inside, we do last call at 1:30 in the morning.
And so, do you have a DJ inside too?
Yes, we do.
Excellent.
And that's, like I said, it goes on till 1:30 in the morning, 1:45. But all the live music happens outside.
That sounds marvelous. So the live bands are outside, and the DJ's actually inside the.
We have 2 DJs. So, like I said, in the morning, DJ starts. Kind of get everybody happy and
Correct.
dancing, and then once everybody's nice and happy, then live music begins around 4 or 5.
Gotcha. And
But there's
that
always music, either DJ or live music.
that sounds marvelous and wonderful. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're not familiar with Tacowaima's Green Lake, it's right across from Green Lake, and you have a nice patio out there. You can sit out in the patio.
So it's great for summer. Summertime's definitely bring the family. We have plenty of outside sitting, great margaritas, great food specials. And like you said, we're right across the lake, so it makes it super convenient. We have orders to go. You can come and place your order, take it across the street and eat at the park, or you can sit down and enjoy one of our delicious margaritas or a nice cold beer.
Well, I'm one of your frequent customers for sure.
You definitely are. You're definitely one of our VIPs.
Thank you so much. But, the reason I like coming there is because I like the atmosphere, the lighting. it's not, the lighting is always perfect in there. And then
Thank you.
you have a variety on that. It's not like a regular Mexican restaurant. You have a variety of different dishes.
Yes, we do. What Why Must try to do, we try to do something more Mexican. We try to stay away from the cheddar cheese. We definitely do have, like the ground beef, but when this company started, we wanted to introduce people with real Mexican food.
Correct.
Not so much the Tex-Mex, but the real home-cooked Mexican food. So that's why you're going to find your tacos al pastor, which is the barbecue pork. You're going to find beef tongue. You're going to find, carne asada. You're going to find the pozole, which is a hot hominy soup. Beef tripe menudo, great for hangovers. So it's going to be definitely your more authentic kind of food.
Correct, because Mexican food from Texas, California, Colorado, Nevada, it's all a little bit different.
It is a little bit different. I mean, it's definitely good, but if you want to try real traditional Mexican food, then definitely come check us out.
Well, I was born in Colorado, so I grew up on the Mexican food from Colorado, and your green chili burrito that you feature there is exactly the way they prepared it when I was growing up as a kid. And
and everything's fresh made. Everything's made fresh in the morning. We use fresh ingredients. Nothing comes out of a can. So it's great. It's healthy. It's good. It's flavorful.
You have fish. You have steak.
We have prawns. We have vegetarian options for those vegetarians. We can either do vegan. Nowadays there's a lot more people that are going vegan, so we can definitely accommodate for vegan eaters. All our beans are vegetarian, so we do a lot. We try to accommodate for different types of people, and it's great. It's like you said, it's a great atmosphere, a great restaurant, great service.
The service is great. Everybody's always friendly, and the wine is always served at the right temperature too.
Yes.
A lot of times you'll go into a restaurant and they'll serve you hot wine. Like a Chardonnay.
Right.
You want a Chardonnay or a white wine chilled.
Yes, especially with summer coming on, we definitely want the wine to be nice and crisp and refreshing.
That's right. So how long have you been at Taco Guaymas?
I've been working there going on 8 years.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the company. Like I said, I just love my coworkers, and it's a great place to work.
I love going there. You know that. I'm there 3 times a week for sure.
I do know that.
And the music.
No, it's great. I really hope people come check us out. And like I said, Cinco de Mayo, it's a great, great event. It's fun. It's definitely loud, but, I really hope people take the time and just come see that place.
That sounds.
Come have a good time. Come have a dance.
That's right. Viva, viva.
Yes, and especially falls on a Friday. So I'm hoping that a lot of people, that don't work on the weekend will come and join us and drink and dance.
I'm sure that you're going to have an explosive night of fun and entertainment there. You guys are going to be busy as heck, and you're going to be welcome to see your first day off, I'm sure.
Yes, we're definitely busy. So for those people that have never been and would really want to check us out, please get there before 5.
Yeah, I will get there sometime that day for sure. Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, Taco Guaymas, Green Lake location. And then you guys have other locations too, more like a...
We do. We have other locations in Tacoma, and we have a location in Fremont and a location up on Broadway.
Very cool.
Those other locations are mainly what we call the takeout location. You go, you order your food. We do have tables for those wanting to stay and eating there, but the restaurant setting is more for like a takeout kind of setting. The Guaymas location, it's our main location, so we do offer the takeout for those that don't have as much time to sit down. We do offer the bar, and then we offer the dining room service. Correct.
Green Lake is you have a great bar and you have a nice. The other room that's adjacent is your restaurant.
Yeah, for parties. No, our dining room is pretty spacious. So for those people wanting to celebrate a birthday party or any sort of party, we do catering. So for people that want to have a party at their house or any other place, we definitely do some catering.
What is
we've done weddings, we've done baptism, birthday parties.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but what is say for instance, you say that you do some catering, outside catering. Is that correct?
Yes.
So, so what is the general? And I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but what's the general price per head? Because that's generally what people.
So it really varies if you want seafood, if you want carne asada,
Right.
if you want. We do have our most popular at the moment. It's what we call our taco bar.
Taco bar.
Most people do get we get chicken, they get carne asada, which
Correct.
is a beef steak, and they get vegetarian. This includes sour cream, salsa, cheese, or tortillas. We can do both corn and flour, the rice, the beans, the pico de gallo,
Sure.
the salsa, and usually runs between 12. I believe it's 12 or 12.95. Now, if you're adding guacamole, if you're adding fish, if you're adding seafood, then the price changes.
So the
But I
general.
believe it's
Go ahead,
general
Tanya.
about $12 per person.
So the general taco bar featuring chicken and beef, or steak. Is that correct? Is it steak or just
Yes,
beef?
it's steak, because
Okay.
we do have the ground beef and
Right.
the shredded beef, but I believe that's a cheaper price since this is an actual steak.
So
I
you
believe it's $12 per person.
So if you showed up to a private party, would you show up with your catering truck and you serve people from the truck?
Yeah,
Or-
so they'll set up everything. I don't personally take care of the catering. I'm in charge of the bar area. But
Correct.
yeah, they'll bring everything. They'll set up the tables. They'll set up the food for you. So once everybody shows up, everything's set up.
all for about
And we do have another option, because another option, people just want the food delivered.
Uh-huh.
So they'll set it up themselves. We can do that too.
Very good. All for about $15 a head.
Yes.
That's very.
And it's great. You know, we'll come in, put everything, we'll set up, and your guests can just arrive and eat.
Can you do a party for how big a party can you do? Maybe like 100 people.
Yes, we've done parties up to 100. I believe the biggest we've done is 150.
Cool. Very cool. Because I think I
Yeah.
got a party for
We've
you
done
guys.
school parties. You know, a lot of us, there's elementary school just up the street, so we've done like kids burritos for them. You know, we pretty much can do anything.
Exactly.
Just definitely call in advance so we can plan, get extra people to come and help. And
Exactly. It sounds so. Not only do you have that great location on Green Lake, you got catering as well, and you got the friendliest staff in town, and the food is absolutely marvelous, fabulous, and fantastic.
thank you so much, Johnny.
Well, Tanya, thank you so much for being on Viva ENT today.
Anytime. Thank you for having me, and I hope to see you Cinco de Mayo.
I'll be there Cinco de Mayo, and hopefully we'll get you on the radio at least once a month here shortly.
Oh, I would love to.
All right,
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You guys
Tanya.
have a wonderful day.
Okay, are you working today?
I'm not, actually. It's my day off. I'll be
Okay.
there tomorrow.
Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, Tanya.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. So recap real quick. I think I got a couple minutes. We had the great artist Beverly Bremers on the show. She was just great. And Eric's right. I looked at some of her promo pictures. She was a doll, and I'm sure she still is a doll. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we had Tanya from Taco Guaymas from Green Lake, and she told you all about the Cinco de Mayo festival.
That sounds like a fun party.
I'm going to be there for sure, and also I don't want to forget the Viva Diva Flea Market, May 20th in Edmonds at 515 Dayton Street. Opens at 10 a.m. in the morning. Be there. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be an extravaganza.
Another fun party.
Another fun
and
party.
shopping experience.
A Viva Productions production. Absolutely. And next week we have Sir Earl Toon from Kool and the Gang and Bob Feldman, who's been just on more records and recordings than you can imagine.
That's going to be a blockbuster show.
I would say.
Yeah, double the legends, double the fun.
I'm telling you, man, it's amazing how easy it is to get these legends on the show. You know, I don't know if easy is the right word, but
Yeah, probably not easy, but we've been lucky for
we've
sure.
been lucky. There you
Yeah.
go. Not easy.
And we owe a lot to, of course, the Big O.
The Big O.
Jerry Osborne, who has many contacts from his many, many years working in the industry.
Yeah,
entertainment industry.
The Big O, we owe it all to the Big O. He's really something. And next week, we will have Shal Cope on as our co-host. She's from Essence of Events, which is a wedding planning company. And I think Brad will be in the studio, too.
Great. It'll be good to have him back.
Absolutely. And then the following week we're gonna have guests like Eddie Redmond from Grand Event Rentals. Goes on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in, listening to Viva ENT. This is Johnny the Capo. We'll dig in. I'll see you later, because you're a fine, sweet potato. Thank you so much. Bye.
Attention business owners. Experience a new world of business with barter. The Saturn Barter Company, located in Tacoma, is one of the most beneficial business decisions you can make. Using Saturn Barter, you are able to sell your products or services to other members of the exchange. You can then use that credit you've built up from your sales to purchase the products or services you or your company needs from other companies within Saturn Barter, all without the use of cash. Contact and join Saturn Barter Club today, 253-212-9930, or online at SaturnBarter.com.
Is your vehicle needing some attention? Take it over to Maddie's Tuning and Shoreline for fast, affordable car care. Trusted, professional. Maddie's services all makes and models and has been trusted in the Puget Sound for almost 60 years. Call Brian Maddie at 206-364-3347 or stop by his convenient location in Shoreline right on Aurora at 152nd. Maddie's Tuning. Call 206-364-3347. Trusted for almost 60 years to keep you safe and on the road.
You know, I think a lot of people will be happy with it. Yeah. Frank with himself, Equal Time? Yep. He was freaked out. He was like looking around, like,